Sorry about that, pandas. Sorry. Good morning, everybody. Hey, welcome to the stream. I have so many technical difficulties, but hey, we're getting things going. Good morning, everybody. It's good to be back. It's good to be back, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Sorry, you guys were just watching me talk and nothing was coming out, but hey, guys, let's start with this off. Let's start off with this. Pandas. Good morning, everybody. Good evening. Glad that you guys could join us. Hey, good morning. I'm gonna go over say good morning to some of my pandas here. Brandon Jones, good morning. SW Blaze, welcome back. Kelly Yan, good morning. Sleepy Joe, AG Santa Maria, welcome back. Mazar Ali, good morning. Sleepy Joe, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Mazar, SW Blaze, good morning. Vamshi, good morning. Thanks, guys, for letting me know you guys can't hear me. Acting like a fool. Good morning, everybody. Hey, let's find those good two-legged pullbacks. I usually go over my introduction, all these things, but hey, pandas, I'm not sure we're gonna have enough time today. For those who wonder what's happening here, you guys can go to my previous streams, and I usually go over what we're doing here, but just in brief, just short, quickly here, we're looking for this setup here, the two-legged pullback. We're simply looking for this setup on this chart, on key areas, and with the right context, this is greater than 90% probability to make 1 point on the E-mini. So let's find those good scalps, pandas. Welcome back. Yeah, I had some technical difficulties and I could not even trade. That's how crazy it was. And now everything's resolved. I think everything's back in order. However, pandas, let's find some good setups. I'm gonna say I'm kind of glad that I couldn't trade because wow, whatever happened yesterday, that was crazy. Overnight sell-off, and actually during the regular trading hours, other than this big move up, man, this is pretty hard to trade in my opinion. A couple of trading ranges here, but now we're breaking out here, and hey, all-time highs is not too far away. And don't forget, pandas, what we have here on the daily. Most of you guys think it's gonna be trading range day today. 45% of you guys think it's trading range day today. I'm gonna go over what I think kind of day is gonna be today. Notice yesterday how we came all the way down and we actually missed the 20 EMA by a couple ticks, maybe a point like and a half. We missed it on a $4,000 instrument, and we missed it by 1.5 points, and we reversed pretty convincingly with conviction here. Notice the measure move is not too far away. This could be a slight pullback just to get to our measure move, which is at 43.6550, and that's a measure move from this low to this high, pullback, measure move with this same line. It's already on the chart, so I'm going to put it here again. As you can see, measure move. So we have our eyes on that on the daily, and I believe that's the same measure move Al Brooks has on his daily charts, and we're not too far away from it, pandas. 43.65. I also marked it here on my 2K chart. For those who are joining for the first time, this is the ES S&P 500. Yeah, I'm using NinjaTrader. Mainly NinjaTrader because of the two-legged pullback indicator. I also like the graphical interface. You know, I can put orders actually on the charts. I don't have to go to the market orders and the DOM. I don't have to go to the DOM and put in my order through there. I can put it directly on my charts and move my limit orders around. So I enjoy that graphical interface to trade, especially if you're trying to scalp. You got to be very quick, and so that helps a lot. But currently we are in the uptrend. We are breaking out here. We do have a measure move. I measured this measure move here, and I brought it over here, and we actually found the top of the trading range right there. The first hit bounced off here, we broke out, and we're coming back. But yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, the price action here is a little tricky because it's forming into a trading range right now. You know, typically when we come back to 20 MA, we should keep going up. You know, if we're hitting any of these trend lines, we should keep going up. But we're actually breaking this top of the trading range. We're coming back down. Notice with a L4 setup here, L4, and then a two-legged pullback. And the L4 currently is acting as a reversal pattern because we have a trap here. So for those who do not know what I'm talking about, we have an L4 setup. We have a two-legged pullback here. And this two-legged pullback fails to make a point off the 20 MA, notice. And it reverses, and so this is actually a reversal pattern. And so we have a breakup trend right here. Trend line, breakup trend, new high with the L4 setup, and plus, not only that, reversal pattern right here, enough to make a point, and that's a good setup right there. That trap was a good setup to go short. Thinking we're gonna actually have another leg down. Good morning, guys. Good morning. For those who are not familiar and may be joining for the first time, I trade pure price action here. And so on my screen, I won't have any other indicators other than 20 MA, 240 SMA, which is this dashed line, and a indicator that automatically counts legs and identifies second entries. And for those who are new to the channel, just look to the right of the screen. If this is a dark red or dark green number, then it is a second entry. Right now, it's forming a trap. If it reverses here, this is actually a trap. But market's just open, and I do not like to go into trade right at market open, so we shall wait here. But we do have a trading range forming here, pandas, as you can see, with the reversal pattern. So what kind of day do I think it's gonna be today? I'm thinking bull trend to bear to trading range tight day. Because we're so close to that measure move, which is right here, about 20 points, 30 points away. Let's find some two-leg pullbacks. Maybe we can fade this breakout here. So if we come back to the bottom of this trading range, maybe we can fade and come back in. All right, Panda, so we're on the top of the trading range, making a lower high. Let's see if we can get back to the bottom of the trading range here, break below a failed breakout, get a lower high setup here. Right now, there's no setups at the moment. We're in the middle of this trading range now. So this is also a trading range indicator that automatically finds trading ranges, uses pure price action. If you'd like information about either of these indicators, the trading range indicator or the two-legged pullback indicator, you can check out the URL on the bottom right of your screen, www.twoleggedpullback.com. That was actually good for a swing here, a scalp here. Very interesting. I wanted to wait till we get down here to go long. I was not interested in this two-legged pullback. This was a pseudo H4 setup though, because of the gold box. Welcome, pandas. Hey, I hope you guys have been doing well, pandas. It's Friday. It might be a little slow today on the stream and trading. We shall see. Jack Beyond says, this week was no good for me. I'm hearing that from a lot of people. A lot of people are struggling this week. And I mean, if looking at the dailies, man, I can see why people thought, you know, had a hard time. You know, overnight low, like overnight, if you saw this overnight, you're thinking, okay, surely during the day when the market opens, we're going to continue this downtrend. But we got stop 1, 2, 3, 4, like a quad bottom. That's crazy. And then it just reverses back up. You know, but the daily helps because the 20 EMA was like right there. Incredible. And I can see why, you know, why these last couple of days have been trouble for a lot of us. So maybe it's a blessing that that my technical difficulties came at the right time here. Woo! All right, top of the trading range. Not sure how strong this breakout's gonna be. Top of this trading range. We're reversing. But now I like how we're bouncing on top of the trading range here. We're finding support on the 20 EMA once again. Let's see if this uptrend continues, pandas. From the looks of it, this reversal has already failed, in my opinion. Unless we might get a double top somewhere, but I just don't see it. I just don't see the double top. I don't know where it will be. I mean, it could be here, obviously, but by the time it gets here, it's going to be an uptrend back. It'll be back into an uptrend. If we lose a 20 EMA, then double top probably has happened. In either trading range or downtrend. It's an interesting candle right there, pandas. Top of the trading range. It's failing to make a point. Just barely. We're getting some volatility right now. Makes a perfect scalp, makes an absolute scalp. So we could have double topped here, pandas. Coming back to the bottom of the trading range. No trades yet for us, or at least for me. That was a two-legged pullback, very interestingly. You can see with the dark red one, two-legged pullback, kind of hard to see if you count many, but A, break below the previous candle, B, C, two-legged pullback, top of the trading range. But to me, that was a little sketchy, little sus, but we are getting the price action showing us that this can convert into a trading range with all these overlapping bars. And when I say overlapping bars, I mean like, you know, more than 50% of the bodies of these bars are overlapping each other. And so we're seeing some pretty big overlap. And the thing is, the market is fractal. And so when you have choppiness within the bars, most likely that'll convert to choppiness in the bigger picture, typically. Oh, Jack Bill says it was so good. All right, let's go, baby. Sorry, I said it wasn't. I read that as this week wasn't good for me. I've been hearing a lot of people like struggling. So, good morning, Delu. Good morning, Megan. Welcome back, Megan. Tanner Neal, welcome back. Bob Krishna asks, please explain. Basically, we're trading the S&P futures, and we're looking for two-legged pullbacks. If you'd like more information about what we're doing here, you can look at the playlist below. Go into details of the two-legged pullback that we're trying to find in the stream. Let's check it out here. I'm getting news that we got a two-legged pullback forming. Second entry long, Pikachu forming. Top of the trading range though on 10K. 10K has been actually, when we look at this, has actually been very choppy, and we are actually showing trading range behavior on the 10K chart. Even though it looks like we're going upwards, no movement upwards has been strong enough to do a successful breakout yet. So it's too choppy for me still. We can still come back down, pandas. Let's check out the 5-minute. Look at the 5-minute chart. That's looked pretty terrible right now. No real information on the 5-minute. The 2K chart obviously showing trading range behavior right now, right, with all this choppiness. This is a lower high setup. I might be interested in this lower high setup to go short here. I could be actually kind of interested in this to go short. So we're top of the trading range, showing trading range behavior, but maybe this trading range has converted to this type of trading range. If I were to do it, I'll do it right here. This is my trading range here for a short term. 10K chart about to push up to make a Pikachu on the 10K chart. Man, but that's tricky, right? The 10K chart also looks very choppy. Hard to tell what's gonna happen here, pandas. In my opinion, like even hitting this trap. I mean, the thing is for 10K charts, traps, such a high probability just to make a point in any context. Like here, if I were not to take it, I mean, this would be a time I won't take it because we're getting choppy and we're at the top of a trading range. Thinking we're gonna come back down into the trading range. But we shall see. I mean, we almost made a point here. Point is at the zeros on the 10K chart. Notice this is an H4 or L4 setup on the 10K chart. We do have an L4 setup on the 10K chart. We're starting to break out now, pandas. Bears want to see a double top here. Bulls want to see a breakout. Like I said, 10K chart, no matter what the context is, even on terrible context like this, super choppy, right, top of the trading range, it does not matter. Such a high probable trade just to get, in any context, a point on the 10K chart, and that's exactly what happened. But we do have an L4 setup on the 10K chart. Oh man, we missed this. Okay, so we got the double top currently, forming double top. This is tricky, pandas. This is actually tricky. This trading range is tricky. I'm expanding this trading range to look like this. But with all this chop here, it's making me think we're gonna convert. We're converting to a trading range still. It's a nice point right there. Very quick point. Notice we are still above the 20 EMA. Killian says, don't go short, Richard. We are waiting for a new high. Well, in a sense, new high's already been created. We have a breakup trend. But it's tricky, right? It's really tricky. So we have breakup trend, and this trend was strong enough to actually create an MA gap here. Measuring move gap. There's a gap between the measuring, the measuring, not measuring move, gap. Moving average gap, what am I saying? Moving average gap, right? Moving average, and there's a gap between the high and the MA. All right, this uptrend could continue here, pandas. Don't forget, L4 setup created on the 10K chart, even the 5-minute chart showing trading range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hits all in this one spot, creating a ledge. Let's see, pandas. Let's see what happens here. We do have a small wedge here, and if you think this trading range is strong enough, this won't be too bad of a short to take here. We do have a wedge forming, but in my opinion, looking at this higher lows forming here, higher highs, above the 20 EMA, right? And we tried to break below the 20 EMA with this bar, top of the trading range, and we see how we reversed, creating a failed breakdown, essentially. So this wedge, I'm not sure if it will stand. Potential trap trade here I might look for, but I mean, market cycle looks like trading range. Still looks like trading range to me. But we do have 2 bull bars in a row ending near its high. 1 tick away from its high. Hard for me to go short against this. Creating a double top. These higher high or higher lows here, higher highs forming. Oh, Jason, my panda. Welcome to the stream. Morning, good morning. Yeah, is there hurricanes happening in Florida right now? What's happening in Florida? Hey chat, tell me you love futures trading without telling me you love futures trading. Let me know. One thing for me was I look forward to the weekday during the weekend. That's how you know you love trading, when you look forward towards the weekday. I'm thinking to myself, is it Monday yet? Alright, this uptrend is continuing here. This trap. Michael Montano, as after Tuesday, you were under 15K, now back to 16.5. But you said you weren't able to trade last 2 days. Did you make 1.5 off stream with 3 contracts? Yes, I did. Yeah. So during the Tuesday stream, I actually was able to get a nice runner, very nice runner, a couple good trades. Now that once you have confirmed the trend, it's just so much easier to trade. What's going on here, pandas? Are we shooting for all-time highs? I mean, this looks like to me a genuine type of breakout here. Spike and channel type behavior, in my opinion. The question is, where does a spike and channel begin? Does it look like this? Spike and channel. I'm thinking there's a deep pullback here. This is where I would think the channel will begin. Deep pullback either here or here. This trading range no longer valid. $10K chart does have a L4 setup on a 10K chart. So you can have 2 spiking channels here. I think, typically what you think of spiking channels, when do you think the spike is over? Do you think the spike is over here with this deep pullback? Or do you think it's over here with this deep pullback? If you think it's here, then your spiking channel will begin, right there. You can have these points here to be part of your spiking channel. So you can have a spiking channel like this. If you think the pullback's here, your spiking channel will look like this. A little less steep, but more or less the same. And in this sense, with this spiking channel, you kind of got the top of the channel, right here with this spiking channel. So that kind of confirms that this spiking channel might be the one we're looking at here. Let's look at the 10K. If we get a clear spiking channel here, spike, pullback, probably channel here. That's how I would draw the spiking channel on the 10K chart. Typically, the spiking channel happens after a 2-legged pullback. Like, the spike itself is a 2-legged pullback typically, but that would mean the channel will start way over here. And I just don't have enough points, so I'm going to use this for now. 5-minute strong breakout. Let's see the follow through. See if there's follow through. There's no follow through, then that can mean something. But the breakout like this, look how big this breakout is. So much larger than any of the previous bars, breaking way above the highs here. We can look for a measured move here. Measured move will simply be the size of this bar, doubled. Measured move will be up here on the 5-minute chart. So some traders will be looking for this measured move. They'll buy right here, stop loss right down here, and they'll think that they can make a measured move here. Some swing traders would do that. Let's look for a 2-legged pullback, pandas. Let's go, baby. Two-legged pullback, not close to the 20 EMA though, pandas. I wish it was closer to 20 EMA though. I really do wish it was closer to 20 EMA. But one thing, pandas, don't forget. Ooh. 10K does have a L4 setup. 10K does have an L4 setup here. But I'm going to trade this independently here. Going to forget the 10K for the moment. I'm going to look at this. It's not enough room to the top here. I would like it, doji bars. I would like it if it was closer to 20 EMA for me. And it's a little too far from 20 EMA for me. I would like to wait. I like to be patient here. Plus, small trading range being created, as you can see with the trading range indicator. Currently acting as resistance, the top of this trading range indicator. Right, it's starting to market already, and it's starting to show some resistance here. Overlapping bars, a little dangerous to me to take this long, right? Especially with this doji bar, not enough room top. This is too choppy for me. I wish it was closer to 20 EMA. If it was closer to 20 EMA, I would have taken that. But pandas, I mean, it makes a perfect scalp. It's looking for the absolute scalp here, absolute scalp made. So that was a scalp made to like a pullback. It's unfortunate it was just too far for me to 20 EMA. The reason why I don't like to trade like this trade is because the 20 EMA is such a strong point of interest for so many people that it often acts as a magnet. And so sometimes it'll break up and it'll just reverse right back down to the 20 EMA. This is why I don't like to trade this. Even though this does make a point, I'm glad I skipped it. One thing that does help though is that the 5-minute printed this very strong bull candle, which could have helped you with the momentum, right? When the 5-minute shows such strong momentum here, such a strong breakout, that could help you on the smaller time frame thinking that 5-minute bar is basically this spike here. And that showing you it ended up near the top of the high. That could have been according to the time, or price action in time, that we had a strong breakout, strong momentum upward. So that could have helped you to go long here. But again, like I said, it's not close enough 20 EMA for me. It has to be at the key entry point. It can't just be floating like this, in my opinion. I mean, if you felt confident right there, then, all the power to you. Notice, pandas, this. We have a gap from this low to this high. That could be showing some pretty strong bullishness, as you can see. We have a gap from this low to this high. That means we could not retest it. That means the bears were not strong enough to even retest this gap to fill it. We do have the L4 set up on the 10K chart, but currently strong uptrend, very strong uptrend. All right, Megan, you're safe. Good news, good news. Tanner Neal says, draw the dang spike in channel. Hope you're happy. Jacob Lesnick says, let's go, baby. Didn't know you were streaming today. Yeah, just got all my things resolved. Tanner Neal says, L4 trap with 2-legged pullback, the super Pikachu. Joshua Webb asks, what stock is this? This is actually the S&P futures. It's a derivative of a stock, S&P futures. We do have a trap trade here, pandas, but do I like it? It's okay. It's an okay trade. Will I take it? Probably not. Too choppy. Too choppy for me. Too many overlapping bars here. too many overlapping bars here. Right, trading range indicator started to create a trading range, making me kind of aware, right? I'm like, okay, this is getting choppy, so choppy that the trading range indicator actually produced a trading range and it's still going. And so for me, I'm thinking, right, this is a little too choppy for me. Overlapping bars. This trap currently struggling to make a point. If we're at the top of this channel here and we get the L4 set up, I might be interested. Jacob Lesnick just became a panda. Hey, Jason. Thanks, Jacob. Thanks, Jacob. Thanks for supporting the stream. Thanks for donating to my morning coffee. Hey, enjoy your green name. Enjoy your two-legged pullback badge as it forms over time. Enjoy priority responding to your questions and comments. And enjoy your panda emoticons. Hey, pandas. Let's give Jacob a warm welcome. Thanks for becoming a panda. Joshua Webb says, thanks, I haven't traded or learned much about futures. What's the most important thing to know for beginners? Joshua Webb, what's the most important thing to know about as a beginner? There's so much, but I would say begin with the playlist in my description. The beginner playlist, intermediate playlist. Just kind of going over how to read a two-legged pullback, how to identify two-legged pullbacks. Notice, pandas, this is struggling to make a point here because of the choppiness that we have. Market is showing us choppiness, even though we are in a strong uptrend. Actually, the market is showing us choppiness right here and right here. This means that this can convert into a trading range, in my opinion. Hey pandas, make sure you hit that like button. You can support the stream in many ways. Hitting that like button is one of them. Hitting that subscribe button is another way. See, the way the YouTube algorithm works, the reason why any person, any YouTuber asks to hit that like button, right, engage in the chat, subscribe to the channel, is because the way the YouTube algorithm works is that it wants to know through statistics, right, through numbers, through metrics, how engaged or how, let's say, how good the content is. And for the way the YouTube algorithm recognizes good content is through engagement. And the way it does that is, first, what it does, it essentially, or for anyone who wants to become a streamer or whatever, basically, when people hit that like button, it lets the YouTube algorithm know that the people watching are not just watching, that they like it, that they're engaged to the point that they're actually, willing to do an action, such as hitting that like button. But the reason why hitting that subscribe button is so important, actually, it's not even about the amount of subscribers why it's important, but it's this is why hitting that subscribe button is important to support the stream. Because when you hit that subscribe button, this stream will show up in your recommended whatever. And once you click into that, what YouTube will look for is how many of the subscribers are actually returning viewers. How many of the subscribers are coming back to watch the content again. And if they're watching the content again, then that means that, perhaps this content is worthy enough to propagate, because the subscribers, right, they use the subscribers as like a test to see, if the subscribers, think about it, if the subscribers are not interested in your content, like if they're not watching the videos or they're not liking the stuff, then why would YouTube think to push out the the videos, right, the streams, whatever content to other people, if the subscribers themselves aren't even interested. So that's why it's important to be subscribed, because YouTube looks at the interactions that the subscribers have with your video, and from there it branches down. It's like, okay, the subscribers are interested, now we're going to branch out to the next circle of people, and if they're interested, then we're going to keep pushing it out until the, you know, essentially the click-through rate diminishes. And so that's why, you know, it helps a lot if you hit that subscribe button, and it helps a lot if you join, of course, if you watch and hit that like button. But hit that subscribe button also helps a lot too, because the YouTube algorithm looks specifically at how subscribers interact with the content. So do appreciate it, but obviously one of the best ways you can support the channel is becoming a panda. Hey, pandas are an endangered species. We need to increase the population of pandas. This is like that slow crawl upwards, pandas. I might just buy something here, pandas. It looks like one of those just crawl upwards. I'm gonna buy one contract here on this trap. I'm gonna buy one contract on this trap here, and I'm just gonna... I've done this before, pandas. Do you remember I did this before? But this is a trap trade. Maybe I can get away with... You know what? This trap trade, I think, honestly, this can just crawl upwards. And I'm about just to buy. I'm just about to buy somewhere. Oh boy, oh boy. Well, that trap makes a point already. It looks like one of those like trickling upwards that just will never stop going down. This is how it feels like right now, pandas. We do have another spike in channel. Spike and channel. It feels like one of those things that just won't ever come back down. That's what it feels like right now. Looking at the higher time frames, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bull bars in a row after this trap. It feels like one of those days that this might just keep trickling upwards. Notice all-time highs, not that far away. All-time highs is right here, measure move right here. And I think the market sees this measure move, it wants it, and I think it might just trickle up there all day today. It just feels like one of those days. It's just what we call this a small pullback bull trend. 1, 2, 3, 4 last pullbacks have been less than a point, and this is what we can see with the two-legged pullback indicator with the magenta boxes, that we have 1, 2, 3, 4 traps in a row, showing us extreme bullishness, and this is why we're getting this big push up here. I should have just bought that one contract, but I did that before once on the stream, and it was not pretty. I didn't want to make that mistake again because of my past experience on the stream, and I don't want to embarrass myself again. I called it the panda indicator. The moment I bought, I knew the market would reverse. So, but here, this seems a little different. This seems like it just wants to trickle up. But we are approaching the top of this channel. I believe the 10K should be approaching one too, but my one reservation is the 10K is producing a L4 setup. So the next pullback on the 10K chart could be a point, high chance to be a point, which I most likely would be interested in. Notice measure move on the 5-minute. I just got this breakout bar, and I simply doubled it. I doubled this breakout bar, and I'm going to see if we're going to hit it. But it just feels like one of those days, pandas. It's just going to keep going upwards. I wish I could put into words why I feel that way. I mean, other than the small pullback bull trend right here, and if you guys remember, I also mentioned this gap here. This gap from these lows to this high right here, there's a gap formed here showing us that strong bullishness. And so with that spike in channel, we couldn't even fill this gap because the bulls were so eager to enter in. This could, high chance to make a point here though. High chance to make a point on this two-legged pullback if we get a good signal bar. Good signal bar, high chance to make a point, but I'm not touching this to go short. I'm not trying to go short here right now. Only time I'll go short maybe is if the two-legged pullback forms on the 10K chart. That would be my short. Measure move almost hit on the 5-minute chart. It's about 1.5 away on the 5 minute. Okay. Ooh. I don't like this inside bar forming, pandas. And I do not like this signal bar. If this reverses here, I'm not interested at all. It's a bad signal bar for a 10K chart. Scott Herbert out with $115 on MES. Let's go, baby. Hey, let me read some of your comments, especially the pandas here. Welcome, 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 Jacob. Kellyanne says, price action, then discipline. Jacob Lesnick says, I've honestly learned so much watching Bye Bye Money these past few weeks. First time jumping in on a live stream. Let's go, baby. Yeah, I do appreciate it. I'm glad that this stuff is helpful to you. And hopefully $5 a month is, you know, well worth its value, that you find the kind of value here. Daniel Eyes, welcome back, welcome back. Kellyanne says, I hate these slow crawl up or down days. Megan says, I forgot to like that button. It's okay, man. It's okay, Megan. You're a panda. Kevin Fennell says, don't tell YouTube I am engaged. Most of us want to... Pandas, notice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 traps in a row, pandas. Like I said, I'm not touching any shorts right now, unless it triggers on a 10K chart. I'm not touching any of these shorts because this looks like one of those crawl-ups that it could be unstoppable. It's not that it can't reverse, and when it reverse, it might be a strong reversal, but it's just you don't know when it will stop. You just do not know when these crawl-ups will stop. But pandas, notice if I bought right here, which I was thinking of this trap, noticing this kind of, you know, these small pullbacks, I would have made a nice 1, 2, 3, 4 points right now. But hey, pandas, that's hindsight bias. That means absolutely nothing when it comes to trading. What you actually do is the only thing that really matters. Who cares about all your analysis? It's all about the trading. If you can't trade it, no point in talking about it. But I like to have that in the future. Yeah, I think, you know, if I were to put in words again, like why I thought this was a crawl up like that, it could be because of this gap here. That gap may be the main thing. Also the higher time frames. And also the 5 minute, very strong breakout bar ending near its high. And notice, pandas, when I made this measure move, how far along ago I made this measure move the moment this candle was created. And we were 1 tick away from hitting that measure move. 1 tick away, and it could reverse here, pandas. I may look for this second entry on the 10K chart here because of that measure move. Miss it by 1 tick though. That's kind of scary. The reason why it's scary, as in if I go short here, it might reverse it, hit that 1 tick still. It still wants that 1 tick. The measure move on the 5 minute was almost hit. So I think it was a combination of the 5 minute measure move and the gap on the 2 minute with a spike, strong spike and channel with 3 traps like this. I started to think that this might be one of those crawl ups. In my opinion, we still have a little more for that measure move. We have 1 more tick for that measure move on the 5 minute. And typically when we're this close, it likes to hit it. It likes to hit it. It wants, I mean, I think it wants to hit it, but this is a strong bear bar. Notice pandas that we're starting to get bear bars now, right? Ending near their low, right? We haven't seen a bar like this for a while, right? Until right here. Really haven't seen a bar like this strong, right? From the bear side. And it could be, you know, people front running the measure move. Some people like to come out like 1 tick before the measure move actually hits, because when it actually hits the measure move, it might not fill them. So sometimes they come out 1 tick early, trying to come out with, like, you know, if it actually does hit the measure move, that they will be out absolutely. Jack Bjorn got it at 43.29.5. Where was that? 40.25 right here. He got out at 43.70. 43.70? Wait. 43.29. Oh, sorry, 43.29. Sorry, I don't see these numbers. I don't see the 43.70. I'm confused. We missed the measure move again, pandas. We missed the measure move again, pandas. We tried to come up to it, but we could not, and we're reversing here again, making a lower high now. See, there's a difference in character from here to here. We're starting to see sideways price action, starting to see big bear bars ending near the low. There is a difference from this price action to this price action. Something's happening. We're starting to convert. We're starting to convert. We missed the measure move by 1 tick, pandas. By 1 tick. I'm kind of interested in this short here because of that measure move being hit. Basically missed by 1 tick, but I mean, maybe I didn't draw this perfectly. Let me draw this a little more accurately. Ooh, did we hit it? I don't like to go on this doji. I do not want to go on doji on the 10K chart. Plus the 20 EMA, hitting the 20 EMA on the 2K chart. It does trigger and bounces right back. See how quickly it bounced back right when it went low? It makes me think that people have limit orders here, right? Bulls had limit orders 1 tick below this bar, waiting for the bears to come in right here, and they'll buy all that up by trapping those bears. I might be interested in this short on this trap, but we're on such a strong uptrend. 10 traps upwards. Now we have a trap on the other side right after this trap. How crazy is that? Trap all the way to the upside. Now we have a potential trap to the downside. How crazy is that, pandas? How crazy is that? I'm interested in taking this trap though, pandas, mainly because we have the lower high hitting the top of this channel, plus we have a trap here. I'm thinking we can get a point downwards here. I'm interested in this trap. Even though 20 EMA is in the way, I am actually interested in this trap. If we get it. If we don't get it, then no setup. I'm interested in this trap. Man. I mean, we're in an uptrend. We have a two-legged pullback here off the 20 EMA. A, B, C. We're getting choppy. Oh, this trap. I am so tempted to take this trap. I'm pretty tempted to take this trap. And a lot of you guys can say, why are you trading counter trend? Because I'm a panda. And I'm stupid. Oh, I got one. I only got one contract. Mainly interested in this trap because of that measure move hit on the 5-minute. And also the 10K triggered the L4 setup. EMA is guarding it though. Bottom of the trading range also guarding it. That's why I'm trying to get a limit order here. Getting choppy now. Getting so choppy. Getting so choppy. Getting so choppy, pandas. I don't feel good about this. I can't. I just don't feel good about it. Something's up. Something's up here. This is getting too choppy for me. Something weird's happening here. I mean, I do like the fact that the 10K did trigger. Created a bearish bar here. That does help with the bear case, but the 5 minute missing the measure move by 1 tick. Why? I mean, technically, depending on how you make your measure move, you can round it down. You can round it down to here. It's really hard to say. Nah, it's here. It's at the 50. Trap does trigger, pandas. I'm not in it, but I was really thinking about getting into this trap to the downside because of that measure move was hit. Top of the channel here, of the spiking channel. Thinking we have enough room to the bottom of this trading range. Pandas, I currently do have a little FOMO right now, but I'm gonna let this one go, even though it hurts. This one hurts, I'm letting it go. This one hurts a lot. But if I feel weird about something, I'm not doing it. All right, too choppy for me. I'll be sweating right now. This is currently failing, creating a higher low setup. H4, potential H4 on the 2K chart. Just watching here. Good thing I didn't take that short. That chopping, this would be scaring me. Woo! Panda, see, you gotta stick to your guns. If you feel weird about something, just don't do it. Right there, I saved myself about $200. Notice how we're above the 20 MA and the 10K chart struggling to make a point. And that's kind of crazy to me. The 5 minute might want to hit the measure move now. I wanted to adjust it, but I'm not gonna lie to myself. This is at the 50. This is actually at the 50. I'm not gonna lie to myself just to make myself feel better for a trade to enter in. I gotta stick to what it's telling me, and this is telling me this is missing it by 1 tick here. Like a pullback. Notice above the 20 MA still, right? No break below the 20 MA, which makes me feel like this is still a strong uptrend, right? No break below the 20 MA still. It wants that measure move. It needs to go 1 tick above this high, this pivot high. It needs to go there. Currently struggling to do it though. Man, that's vicious though. Man, oh man, oh man. Glad I didn't go short. Maybe I should have just gone long. After I saw this trap fail, I should have just gone long there for that higher low setup. Actually, that was a good setup. I should have just gone long there. I don't know why I didn't go long. I think I was too focused on not going short. I just didn't think about going long. So close to that measure move. Tanner Neal says, I'm in long, pray for me, and I think he did come out with a nice 2-point scalp, which is nice. Killian just says, I just laughed out loud. I don't know what you're laughing at. Hope you're not laughing at me. Maserati says, seems like the EMA is going to hold. It is holding. And we gotta take note of that. Richard Harris says, I'm chewing on bamboo. We're just chilling here. Jack Brown says, I was gonna play golf. Why play golf when you can trade futures? Trader says, most of your losses are counter trend. That is probably true. Actually, most of my losses are trading ranges, I would say. When I think the trend forms, when it starts to actually create a trading range, it just destroys me. Rich Share says, was that failed trap? Yep, that's a failed trap right there. You can see with the magenta box, it doesn't make a point, it reverses. It actually makes a nice two-legged pullback right here, ABC with a double bottom. This is technically a third entry, but I consider any entry after 2 a second entry. We're hitting our heads here, but I don't think this will last. This top of this trading range, it's not going to last. Way too much buying pressure right now. Too many bull bars ending near their high. Bouncing off strongly off the support. Coming right up into it. Currently being stopped out by it, but I do not think it's going to hold. I'm not going to bet, towards it, right? I'm not going to put money, put my stop order right here. I'm not going to do that. Not that confident, but it's breaking above it now. Michael M asks, what is the tick count? This is a 2K tick chart. Pandas, guess what happened? We hit the measure move and now we are disrespecting it. We're going above it. Makes me think we have much more room up. We hit the measure move just by 2 ticks though. If we close above this measure move, we're gonna go up more. Like we're gonna make all-time highs and we might hit this measure move. If we close above this measure move on the 5-minute, I'm thinking we're gonna make all-time highs and perhaps that measure move. Just one of those days. Just does not stop going up. That was the best entry so far. I had an entry thinking entry right here as well. And yeah, but obviously I was a little too scared because of my past experiences. But that right there, I was thinking about just going long right here because of just all the price action that I was seeing. Just did not seem, it looked so strong. Sleepy Joe, speaking of, did you custom code your tick counter next to the current candle or is it in the indie settings? The two-legged pullback indicator makes it so the tick counter is right next to the number because you want to see the tick count because scalping is so time sensitive. You do not want to be looking at the bottom right of your screen to see what tick count we're on. You want to see the tick count as close to as you can to the entry. And so this tick counter will move, right, according to if you're trying to go short, right? This is second entry short, as you can see. Actually it starts here. A, B, C. This is second entry short, and you want the tick count as close as possible to your stop entry so you can time it perfectly. If it's a second entry long, the tick counter will be above the candle. We're just going up, pandas. Strong breakout. Disrespecting the measure move. Makes me think we're going higher. Pandas, the L4 actually fails. The L4 on the 10K goes out one tick, one single tick. I should have gone long right there. I didn't even realize that, but I should have gone long right there. I think that long was actually the top of this trading range on the 2K chart. If I had noticed that on the 10K chart, I should have gone long on this trap. 2 traps in a row on the 10K chart. Such a strong trend. Okay, pandas. Might have missed my trade, the trade of the day, right here, or maybe even right here. I was eyeing this, but I did not like. It's not like it. I did not like it. Did not like how it was so far from 20 MA. Nasir Rahimi asks, what do you think is the hardest part of trading? In my opinion, patience. Patience. The technical part actually is not that difficult, right? Finding the two-legged pullbacks, right? First thing you must always do in technical analysis is recognize the market cycle. The market cycle we are in is a trending market cycle. Not only that, it's a bull trend market cycle. So we have to trade accordingly to that bull trend market cycle. That's the first thing you got to notice. So that means we got to look for longs. So with that being said, now we look for two-legged pullbacks in key areas. Key areas could be trend lines, right? We have trend lines here. This trend line probably expanded like this now, right? This spiking channel, expanding above the 20 MA, two-legged pullback. Technically, you could have bought this two-legged pullback and still been okay. I typically don't like it when a two-legged pullback signal bar taps it like this, because especially with big bear bars like this, I typically don't like it when it taps like that, because it can start to create trading range down to it, and this is exactly what happened. But typically don't like it when it just taps it like that. I like it when it actually kind of breaks through it and closes above it. Makes me think it's a failed breakdown, right? The bears thought this was going to break down here, but it did not, right? In fact, it did a failed trap, and right, the counter trend traders got punished, which I almost got punished, but maybe those 2 days of break helped me just think a little more clearly today. We did close above this measure move, which is a bad sign for the bears. Disrespecting measure moves usually means it's going to keep going that direction. Because, I mean, just think about the psychology behind that. If there was a measure move, if there is a point in place where markets should have sold off, right, at least take profits and whatever, and it doesn't happen, that means, right, the bulls or bears are a lot stronger than you actually think they are. This trap triggers on this two-legged pullback. Very interesting. I would like a two-legged pullback here. But I have a feeling if I take this two-legged pullback, this could be converting into a trading range, right? Pushing upwards. But notice how all the bars are starting to get choppy here, and trading range could be formed here. But we're still above the 20 MA clearly. We have this trend line now to protect us. We've disrespected the measure move on the 5 minute. We have a key area approaching which can act as a magnet, which is yesterday's high. Two-legged pullback almost forms though, pandas. Notice. It's a hidden two-legged pullback, but currently it's a double bottom. A, B, C. Kellyanne is doing the Lilu Express. Two-legged pullback does trigger here. Someone asked a good question. Ben Amos asked a good question here. What's it gonna take for you to go long at this point? It's a very good question. Maybe this two-legged pullback right here. But I don't want to ignore this trading range, but man, I want to go short here actually. And I'm gonna go short here if this signal bar is good on the 10K chart. Actually gonna go short on the 10K chart. How do we look here? Oh wow, look at the daily candle right now. That's a monster. What a monster. It looks a lot like this pattern here. I want to go short here actually on the 10K chart with a good signal bar. I'm gonna go short here, pandas. I'm thinking I can get a scalp here on the 10K chart. That time is perfect. Waiting for my entry. I'm gonna try to come in with a small retracement here. $10K chart. Coming with a retracement here. Hasn't filled me yet. I may have to chase this. Couldn't even fill me. Still a trap though. Still good for a point. May have to chase this a little bit here. Alright, I'm in this trade. Stop loss right above the signal bar. Good signal bar. H5 setup or L5 setup. This is how we look on the 2K chart. Potentially forming a nice two-legged pullback just to go long here on the 2K chart. I think I can even swing this if this does work out in my favor. Let's go, baby. Easy scalp. Let's see if we can get a runner here. Small runner. Bottom of the trading range. Bottom of the trading range. Let's see if we can get to the bottom of the trading range. Let's go, baby. See if I can get that runner. Come on, no! Don't stop me out. No. It wants to stop me out so bad. Come to the bottom trading range. Come to the bottom trading range. Come on. Come on, I know you want to come. I'm at break even +1 right now, so no risk on this trade. The only risk I'm losing, the only risk I have right now is the loss of probability. If I move my stop loss break even +1, right, I have less probability to make this runner, right, obviously. But I'm protecting my profits. So you have to, you know, weigh out, you know, if it's worth it for you. I'm just gonna hold this because I think we can come to the bottom trading range. And so it's just not, I just don't know how we're gonna get down there. So why did I enter this trade? Basically because, right, we start to get really choppy here, and I saw this trap trade, but no follow through. All right, let's go, baby. I got stopped out, but hey, let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Yeah, that's tricky. That's tricky. Like I said, even though we're a super strong uptrend, we started to get choppy right here. We started to get choppy. Ever since back here, we started getting choppy. Trading range indicator noticed it, and we started to trade above the trading range indicator. And that's why I didn't want to take the two-legged pullback if it triggered. It didn't trigger though, so no one got trapped actually. But you know, the lower high setup does give us a point. Now we're below the 20 MA. People trying to go long here, and you know, they're actually able to make a perfect scalp right now, and maybe absolute scalp. But I think it's a note worth taking that we did start to enter into some sort of trading range type price action. And that's why for me, I wanted to go short on a 10K chart, because I saw that even the 10K chart, we start to have price choppiness starting from here. So for me, because of this trading range, I thought we can come back into it, at least enough to scalp out a point here. Unfortunately, couldn't get a good runner, but you know, it is what it is. Man, let's go, baby. Hey, let me read some of your comments. I was so focused on charts. Let's go, baby. Maserati said took a long from the EMA, made 2 points. Let's go, baby. Yeah, lots of pandas making money. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I want to hear. Nasir says, I'm struggling with discipline. Thinking about buying Maserati Levante this year. Killian says, we just haven't had any truly good and high probable trades today. I would say there was one good trade that I missed because I was too focused on the short side. But that trade right here was a pretty good trade, I thought. Double bottom off the 20 MA. But I was so focused on the trap here, and plus failed trap. So that was a good trade. If you were focused on going long, that's a trade I would have taken. Carlos asks, is your 2K chart actually a 2K chart? I'm not sure what that means. Richard Harris, 7-1. Let's go, baby. Bub US says, you guys know a choppy market means nothing, right? That's basically institutions, banks creating fake outs to trap or stop out retailers. They're basically creating liquidity into the market. Hey, Bub US, let me just show you a little contradiction of what you just said. You said choppy market means nothing. Then you go on to say that that's when the institutions are creating fake outs to trap or stop out retailers. And that's exactly what choppiness is. So it doesn't mean nothing. It means exactly what you just said. So that's why we try to fade choppiness. So when there's choppiness starting to form, we like to fade those trades. Hope that makes sense. I'm not trying to call you out or anything, but I'm just trying to... I agree with you actually, but I'm just saying I think your statement's a little faulty here, just because of your self-contradiction. Ben almost says, I went long right before you went short and got stopped out, and now I would have been able to make a scalp if I had held it. It's unfortunate, but you gotta stick to your plan. You gotta stick to your plan, Ben. See, the reason why you might have lost money is because you didn't stick to your plan. You're not copying my trades. Kevin Fennell asked a good question. I think I'm curious about this. On NinjaTrader, if I open a trade with no stops, how can I add stops while the trade is open? I'm actually curious about that. I've never done it, so I don't know the answer to that. Kevin Fennell says, I closed my targets by accident. I found the answer. You go to Control Center Positions, Apply Strategy. All right. Jack Pion says, I am still in the short left. Allah might pull out soon. He's in the short trade, making a lower high now. Notice that the 10K chart is now about to make a two-legged pullback off the spiking channel. The two-legged pullback is near this trend line. I might be interested to go long. 5-minute breakout. Next bar, no follow through. Makes me wonder if this is really going to go up now. Right, with this bar, I was thinking, okay, it could potentially go up because it's typically what happens when you disrespect measured moves. But with the follow through like that, with the trading range starting to create even on the 5-minute chart as well, a little bit tricky, It might come back to 20, test a 20 EMA on the 5-minute. The 10K is looking pretty bearish now. Pandas, let me know in the comments what you thought about this. Hey, by the way, if you're interested in this indicator, right, if you look to the right of your screen, you can see it's a dark green number. That means it's a second entry about to approach. Not only that, it's number 2. And so you not only get the information as a second entry, but if it reverses here, we know that it's a higher low second entry because it's a 2. And so with all the leg counts and identifying the second entries is helpful, this indicator, because it helps you find all that stuff automatically. If you like to even try this indicator, there's a free trial on this indicator. Go to the official website at www.twoleggedpullback.com. Let me know in the comments what you think about the stream. I personally am not a full-time trader, so I do have to leave and start my actual full-time job. And so, Pandas, thanks for joining the stream. It's good to be back. Let me just say, it's good to be back. It's good to end the stream green. It's good to end the stream with a nice scalp, two-legged pullback scalp off on the 10K chart. So Pandas, it's amazing when I hear you guys and your gains in the chat. I cannot tell you, there's like almost no better feeling to know that there's people out there trading this system, making some good scalps, and hearing about it in the chat. I love to hear about that. And so Pandas, I'm just saying that this community is amazing. Thanks for supporting the stream. Thanks for hitting that like button. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for Pandas and you guys becoming Pandas. You know, I do this completely for free, and so you guys becoming Pandas just helps me want to do this even more. And so I do appreciate it a lot. And yeah, Pandas. Hey, I'll see you guys Monday. Hopefully no more technical difficulties here. We're gonna get some good setups, some good scalps. I'll see you guys Monday. Have an amazing weekend. Trade safe, everybody, right? Trade safe. If stick to your plan. Stick to your plan. I can't tell you how many times I hear people saying I lost so much money and then they simply just did not stick to their plan. And that's just what happens, right? The other parts, the human aspect of trading starts to kick in. But pandas, as time goes on, we'll learn to tame those undesirable human attributes as we trade. And so pandas, hey, as always, happy trading. God bless. Thank you. Yeah, thanks. Hey, give Jason just, hey, yo, put it at Jason in the chat, guys. Just to recognize this guy, he is the mod of all mods, panda of all pandas. And so, guys, give it at Jason before we close the stream. Let him know you appreciate him. Pandas, I will see you guys on Monday. Take care.